Today we're talking about how to get paid more for your time as an entrepreneur. Hey, I'm Michelle Coyle, and this is Queer Hustle, where we help queer entrepreneurs start up and scale. Now, here at Queer Hustle, we're all about getting queer entrepreneurs all the way paid, but sadly, most of the people that I talk to, especially people that are starting out as entrepreneurs, are not getting compensated nearly well enough for their time. So let's fix that, shall we? Let's dive right in and talk about how to do better there. Okay, so this video today is for my service businesses only. Sorry, product people, we'll get to you next time, but this is for service businesses. That means if you are doing anything where you are trading your time for money, this video is for you. All right, so the most common mistake that I see where entrepreneurs make that they're not getting paid well enough is that they are pricing based on their hourly services or their time instead of on the value that they provide. Now, this is really, really common. It's something that a lot of people will ask you for, your prospective clients or customers will be asking you for. And a lot of people make the mistake of just doing things the way the client wants or thinks they should be done instead of setting the tone themselves for how their prices are set or how they're compensated for what they do. So I want you to think about the fact that your pricing should really be a reflection of the value of the outcome that you are providing to that client. It really has nothing to do with how long it takes you to do that particular thing or perform that particular service. Okay, so for example, let's do something that's very commonly hourly priced. Let's say you're a graphic designer, all right? If you're a graphic designer, it's very, very common to charge hourly, but think about that. There's only so much that you can raise that hourly price based on everybody else's market hourly price. There's going to be a cap on that. Now, if you're a graphic designer and you have been doing graphic design for 10, 20, 30 years, you've gotten more and more educated, you know all the latest technologies, you're going to be able to do graphic design better and faster the longer that you do it. Now, if you're charging hourly, you are penalizing yourself at that point for being better, for being faster. And that's not really fair. That's not really fair to you. And it's basically, your clients are getting a steal at that point just by saying, oh, well, everyone else prices hourly, so why don't you? Instead, you should look at it a different way. Think about the same graphic designer, and let's say that you are designing, pitch deck or pitch materials for your client who's a business to go in and make their presentation so that they can get business, right? Follow me? So they are going to go and pitch business with this pitch deck that you got, and let's say their deals are worth, $100,000 each, and they're going to be able to use this deck that you designed for many, many presentations. Now, it might only take you 5 or 10 hours to put that thing together, but that might be worth $1 million or more to that company. So wouldn't it be fair for you to get paid, several thousand, even $10,000 to do that? You got to think about it that way. What is the outcome worth? What is what you are providing worth to them in the long run? And then what's a fair little percentage for you to take of the value of that outcome? Okay, so the same line of thinking can be applied to any type of service. We use graphic graphic design as an example. But let's use a different service. I mean, my company right now, right? We help people scale $1 million businesses, right? I've been doing this a long time. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I know a lot. I've learned a lot in like 20 years, right? So if I can make you $1 million, right? Does it matter to you if it takes me 5 minutes or 5 hours to explain to you, to give you the strategic advice that you need to go make $1 million? It doesn't matter to you. Because I've been doing this for so long and because I've done it for hundreds and hundreds of businesses, I can tell a lot of people in a few minutes exactly what they need to make $1 million or more. And I'm charging for the value of that outcome, not for the 5 minutes, right? Because how much can I really charge for 5 minutes? Doesn't really fucking matter. What matters is that you got the outcome that you wanted, right? And I get to share in your success as the person that advised you, because you're actually compensating me for all of the years of expertise and experience and education that went into my ability to do that. So if you can stay really focused on the value of the outcome that you are providing to your client, make sure that they are getting a huge return on their investment. By the way, this is not about you capturing all of that value for yourself. This is about you being fair. They're going to still capture most of the value of their outcome, like that company that's making $1 million from the pitch deck. But if you take $10,000 of that, that is totally fair. So make sure they're getting a huge ROI, either in dollars, it could be in like happiness or health or some kind of life return, depending on what kind of service that you're doing. Make sure that they're getting a huge value, that you're capturing a little bit of that value, and that's how you're going to get paid what you are worth. Now, if asking for more money or more compensation makes you uncomfortable, don't worry, that is totally, totally normal. I hear it all the time. Most people are walking around with some type of like really screwed up money stories that they got from childhood or whatever. Remember that money is a neutral tool. There is nothing inherently bad about money. There is nothing inherently bad about asking for money or you getting paid what you're worth. But if that's the kind of stuff that's coming up for you, I would really encourage you to hire a coach to help you through that. There's tons of amazing business coaches and mindset coaches out there that can help you work through those blocks so that you can really ground in your own value and the value of your company, the value of your services, knowing what you're worth so that you're not feeling afraid or even ashamed to ask for money. And one last point that I want to make here is it's not just about you. And when you go out and you compete on price, which is something that a lot of people try to do, right, to get their foot in the door, okay, I'm going to compete on price, and if I can't beat anybody any other way, that at least I'm going to be cheaper. What you do is you create an industry-wide problem where now it's a race to the bottom. So now somebody else has to undercut your price, and then you've got to undercut theirs, and someone else coming to undercut again. And then it's just a race to the bottom, and everything gets cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. This devalues the services of your entire industry. So if you think about like graphic design example, if you're a graphic designer and you're in a price war with a whole bunch of people locally doing that, you're devaluing everybody's services, everybody's time. So if you're not valuing yourself, at least value your fellow entrepreneurs and their expertise and experience, and make sure that everyone is collectively is able to charge for their time adequately and get compensated fairly. You do not want to undercut other entrepreneurs, especially other marginalized entrepreneurs. That's really not okay. And I really want you to consider your role in the larger market for your services. Okay, so that's it for today. That's how to get paid more as an entrepreneur. If you like this video, so please subscribe to our channel. Click right here, and you will get all of these business tips for queer entrepreneurs coming straight to your inbox, and lots of cool interviews with awesome queer entrepreneurs on the way, so you can see how other people did it. I've also got something for you today. If you look in the link description in the comments right here below, you can find a link to my free guide for queer entrepreneurs of how to survive and thrive in these crazy times. Love for you to check that out. It's free for you. And of course, if there's anything that you would like to see us cover here on Queer Hustle, please drop us a line in the comments. Let us know. We want to interact with you. We want to know what's on your mind, and we will be very happy to address any business problems or burning topics that you have and that you bring up. I think that's it for today. I know you can do this. Go out there, get what you're worth, let it shine. We'll see you next time.